She give them to bouillon, soup and riang. Calypso not dead. Look, she raise she head. What else can I say? Moi me fais côtoyer. Wabi oh 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 Calypso. Wabi oh 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 Calypso oh oh oh. Calypso shall never die.
Hi, I hope you're doing well. It's nice to be here. I wanted to touch base with you just to have a little conversation, so to speak, about the work that I do as a professional. As far as writing, Calypso, and writing in general is concerned, and I felt it necessary to do so because it is better that you speak about you when you know that you have the ability to speak about you. Sometimes others do it for you and they do it in their favor. And I have worked with a couple of Calypsonians this year. Well, 3 Calypsonians this year, which is not something that I do habitually. But I was blessed to have been given the opportunity to work with the trendsetter, Naren Murphy, to work with Sandy, Queen Sandy, and to work with Lady V. Lady V, I spoke with her accidentally, and when she heard it was me, she says, Powell, I want a song. So I gave her a little song, because I always like helping. And she did her little thing. She didn't make it quite far, but she has a little song that she's trying to thing. So Lady V is my artist. And Naren, for the 2nd year in a row, solo, and the 3rd year in a row, working on songs. And Sandy, who made a comeback to the Calypso business. So I worked with all 3 artists, and I just felt it best to come and to speak about a couple of things that I have been hearing, especially as pertains to the writing prowess that some claim that I don't have. So what I'm going to do tonight is to walk us down memory lane in terms of what I have done in writing. Then I will discuss the songs. Again, I didn't hear or read any of the comments that were made against me. Yes, I saw some that were sent to my artists, because people normally send messages to people and expecting people not to relay messages to people. But Sandy and I have a relationship going back 30 years, and it is almost impossible to tell Sandy things about me that Sandy is not going to tell me the things that you tell her about me. Because Sandy is someone who will stand up for you and defend you no matter what. That's why I really admire, respect, love, appreciate Sandy as much as I do. She's a no-nonsense, plain, straight shooter, and she will say it as it is at all time. I admire her as a true champion. Naren Murphy as well, the trendsetter. And Lady V, again, a wonderful, humble young lady. She reminded me the other day that she's a grandmother. I say, already, Lady V, Utamajen. She say, what do you think now? So Lady V, big respect to you. I respect you as an artist. I respect Naren, the trendsetter. I respect Sandy and all other artists. But some writers and people who believe that writing fraternity belongs to them are too bad-minded and selfish. And they believe that they can say what they want to the mean people, and people will just remain quiet. So I'm not going to remain quiet. I'm going to stand up to defend my good name, my reputation, and my ability as a writer. Some people are writing for 50 years when I was not yet even knowledgeable of myself. And they still believe that because they have been writing for 50 years, they are better or they are more prolific, and no one else should. So it should only be them. Whenever Calypso is written, it should be them writing it. So that is one of the issues, and I'll deal with that tonight. And there are people who are an analyst and critics of Calypso who take their personal vendetta against people, their own judgments about people, and stain them, brand them dirty, and discard them. So Alex Bruno can do nothing good when it comes to writing Calypso, because I don't like Alex Bruno for whatever reason. And people have influence. Judges are part of the system and the society. I respect all judges, and I will never go against judges, what judges do. I respect the decisions that judges make. But I'm telling you that the judges belong to the same community, which can be very harsh on people who they don't like. So judges are influenced by what people say. No one can tell me otherwise. It is a fact. Yes, you may go there with an objective mind, but you're going to remember a certain situation where you might have heard something that puts some twist on what you genuinely think. We are a small society, and anything that happens in Dominica affects everyone, including our judges. So I respect the judges, I admire the judges and the work that they have done, but I think it is necessary to speak about my work, because the way some have spoken about my work suggests that I am a nobody. And I don't think I am a nobody. Writing. I started writing seriously, professionally, about from 1998, 1999. That's when I started writing. Of course, I would have written before that. But again, remember, I'm not as young as some people, because some people who have been writing for 50 years were there before me, so I cannot be writing for too long ago. But I remember officially starting writing plays in 1998, 1999. And my first play I wrote was a play called As You Were in Florida. And I put a cast of people on stage. We did a play, came out good, a comedy. We sold out, came to Dominica, sold out. But the play was not a very well constructed play. It was not written well, but it was very successful, because sometimes you don't have to write well to be successful at something that you write. And I remember trying to write another play after As You Were somewhere in the early 2000s, a play called Negma, and I botched it. And people who were working with me on the production disassociated themselves from me because they felt the quality of writing was not up to scratch. When they saw the work before it went out, after it went out, they disqualified. They said, I can call names, but I won't call names tonight. So that put me in a tailspin, because here am I in the national spotlight and people are saying they do not want to associate with me. So I was not always a prolific writer. And I think I am a prolific writer now. So I will say that so, because that's the way it is. Long story short, people in the theater fraternity distanced themselves and started criticizing and méprising the same as is being done now. Because when a calypso writer can tell someone that you work with or anybody that what you expect, I don't expect anything better from Alex, it makes you feel as if your work is not good or not good enough. Because that can't be a compliment. And I'll get to the songs that I wrote this year in a little while. So I have to go back to show you when my writing started and what I did as a writer. So that play was not a very well done play. I knew it was not very well done. I was green. And the people who were writing before me, I won't call names, instead of trying to help me as a young person, because in 1999 I was very young. Some of you all who are criticizing me were already VA and big and grown in 1999. In 1999, I was finding myself in the writing business. And they abandoned me, criticized me, say, forget Mr. don't belong from the country, and all kind of thing. And a young lady by the name of Noreen Joseph, who worked with me and who liked the effort that I made, she was a cultural officer. She says, Alex, no, you're not going to give that up, because I'd already abandoned myself. I said, if a man so big with a doctor behind his name can talk about my play like that, I don't belong. So I had already abandoned shape, going to hibernation. And Noreen told me, no, don't give up. The critics sometimes make you stronger. But it wasn't critic, it was criticism, it was méprisé, it was crasing. Anyway, Noreen told me, I have somebody who can help you, Amma Harris, of blessed memory. And Noreen introduced me to Amma. Amma did some work with me at Old Mill. I remember sitting at the center of the stage at Old Mill, and Amma is doing her best, telling me what I should do. But at that time, my mind is not there. I'm already starting to go back and leave that thing alone. And Amma said, I am like John the Baptist, and there is someone who will come after me, who will take it from me. I'm like, what are you talking about? She said, Alwyn Bully. I do not know Alwyn. I've never met him, but I knew of him, the designer of our national flag, an icon, a hero. And I said, Alwyn will take the time to show me anything. Anyway, so she set up a meeting with me, and Noreen did something about it as well. Alwyn was still at UNESCO, coming through Dominica every now and then. Alwyn was here for a weekend or for a couple of days, and they told Alwyn that this young man did some work and he is giving up on the work, and I think you should help him. So Long story short, Alwyn agreed to meet with me, and I met with Alwyn at Urban Martin's house, I think at Santa Roma, a little higher up from Dr. Nicholas Liverpool of blessed memory, my dear friend. I was at his house. I was at his inauguration. He was my friend. We hiked together, and he taught me a lot of stuff. So I not an apwan, I not a just come. This man was my friend, and I went to his presidential inauguration. I interviewed him, and after that, we continued to be friends. And Mr. Liverpool, Dr. Liverpool, was a go-boog, may he rest well. So I spent the night with Alwyn. We started working out on my writing, teaching me. Alwyn, who had never met me, who felt because I tried doing something, I didn't do it well, teach me. And he took me under his arm. We started working out from 6:30 that night to about 5 o'clock the next morning, non-stop, because Alwyn had to leave to go back to Jamaica, and his flight was about 7:30, 8 o'clock that next morning. Alwyn spent the entire night with me, teaching me the rudiments of writing plays. He said, Alex, first you need a theme, you need a title, you need a topic, and then you have to create a plot, and the plot is driven by characters. You have to characterize the people, give them names, give them characteristics, and after that you have to give each character the role. He told me about the antagonist and the protagonist, the semi-antagonist, the semi-protagonist, and the people who support the plot along. He says a play is written in beats, and the beats are what directs the rhythm of the play. Every play has a rhythm. He told me that you write the play in acts and scenes. A one-act play is a shorter version, a two-act play is a longer version with different scenes. You need about 12 or 13 scenes. Alwyn taught me everything I needed to know in drama, so I could go back and rewrite Negma. I rewrote the play 2 years after I got best play in Dominica at some film awards, and that play took me to Africa. Thanks to Alwyn, who made the time to stand up with and for me. That's when you care about someone, that's what you do for someone. I remember as well, Alwyn and I and Anita going to watch movies together at theaters in Miami. Alwyn is a dear friend. He helped me because he saw that he has to help someone. But the people who are criticizing people now, who can dare say that they help? And I won't call Calypsonians and writers' names tonight, they know themselves. And if they take me, I'll call their names too, you know. Because some people are too bad-minded and believe that they alone must. So Alwyn did that for me. He saved my career as a playwright. I won Best Award in terms of playwriting, traveled the world writing plays. I have written over 25 plays since 1999. Am I not a writer? Outside of that, I got involved in Calypso in the 1990s, early before I started writing plays. 1995, 1996, that's when I started managing Sandy. No, I was not writing, but I was working with Sandy on songs that was written to her. Then I got involved in the Calypso business in 1999 when I sang a song called Pampo. I wrote, "The whole wide world should know about the great Pampo." And I sang that song and won a company's Calypso title with that song. My first Calypso song gave me a crown. Those writers who are writing, what songs of them that they sang that gave them crown? I also later on sang a song entitled Osamase. Was that a bad song? Back in 2002, I won road match. And after that, I had Child Money. Was that a bad song? I placed 4th at Stardom that year as a performer writer. And I can talk about all the different songs that I wrote that were all good songs until people got to not like my head politically, or because I gave them a scathing review or rebuke because of how they review. And it seems like they didn't learn, because the critic of Calypso is worse now than then. And I won't read the review I gave to the reviewer, because the reviewer knows himself. And if he's honest with himself, he would realize that as someone who tried to help him, when first we worked together at DBS as colleagues, and after that, you don't go at people just because you don't like their head. So because you don't like me, anything I do is not good, and you just dismiss it as rubbish. And I had warned the critic before, when you critic, man, you find the language, you find a way to talk about people, because no one knows what people do when they write their songs. No one knows the sacrifices that Sandy made to get to Dominica 3 times in a row, traveling from wherever she lived, taking the expenses, and just all of a sudden just dismiss people just because you don't like the writer? Well, tonight we're going to settle those matters here. So I wrote songs that created impact in Dominica. I wrote a song recently called Caressa. Lugas botched it. That song was destined for finals any day. I wrote a song with Trendsetter and his team, Jimping Belarus, big song. We wrote a song, DPP, big song. So I don't have to prove that I'm a writer. I understand what Calypso writing is about. I've been writing Calypso since 1999. I'm not a rookie. I'm not a just come. I'm not a wishy-washy as somebody may want to do or say. So I know what it is to write. I have written plays. I've written stories. I've written compositions. I've written talents. The best talent of the Miss Oisia show this year was written by Alex Bruno. Yes, the team came to me for an idea, but an idea does not write itself. I scripted the talent. I wrote it. The Miss Dominica who won OECS 2 days ago, I wrote the talent. I wrote her talent for Miss Dominica as well. I wrote the last year's Miss Teen talent. And I have written talent over the past 25 years, and I've won at least 20 crowns with people who I've written for. How I'm not a writer then? I'm not calling names parce que I'm not thinking people. So this is pas joumas. But I'm just showing you the different things that I have done. I've written articles, I've written essays at the doctoral level. Some of them did A levels and lived and stopped there. What did you write beyond there? So if you want to talk about writing and compare me and my achievement. I would have written at least 300 essays. Published how many? If you go to Google my name now, The American Dream or anything, you see my essays published with thousands of downloads and references. What makes you a better writer than me? Maybe you're writing a different way. But who die and make you write in God? So now that we have understood that I have been at it, I know what it is to write. I have someone who have a very good and keen understanding of Calypso, and nobody has a patent on what Calypso should sound like or what writing should be. Let me rest and move on to the contemporary, because I don't plan to stay too very long on this live. So there's no question about it that I can write. I'm a man of words, and I dabble with people who understand words. Ozzy Lewis, one of my teachers, he would use words that I would just note and spell them wrong, then get the correct spelling, then use them. That's why I call myself Powell. I'm a man of expression. Anybody who has read my work, yes, I may have a typo here, there, and everywhere, but I can write. And I can talk about so many calypsos of mine and explain it, the rhyme. And before people didn't like me, my work was great. Now all of a sudden they don't like me, my work is not good. And the one who is playing critic, the bipolar one, who blows hot and cold. Sorry if I mischaracterize your medical situation. I shouldn't do that. But sometimes when the thing takes you, you have to tell it as it is. I wrote and I guided you as a critic. It's my job to do the same way Alvin guided me. If you're critiquing Calypso, you have to have some manners and decorum and respect. You cannot just dismiss people just like that. Because I wrote that about you, all of a sudden since then, you have it in for me. And anything that I do is rubbish. Rubbish. Worst song ever. Who die and make you Calypso aficionado? Humble yourself. It's a humble pie, man. Relax and respect people when they do their work. If you're going to critique a song, look at the song, departe the song, critique the song, turn it upside down, give the pros and cons. And I read something Wackers wrote, because I don't do social media. Yes, I'm on Facebook and other social media platforms, but I do not peruse. I do not see any of the comments. My people tell me, my family tell me, my friends tell me, my clients tell me. So I'm going based on what people told me. I am not on social media. Whatever you all say, you all say. But I trust Wackers. And Wackers is a good man. I'm happy to have worked with him. Me and Wackers had a clash. Big clashes before we worked together. Because there was a time Mascam and Saddam had big tie. And Wackers was on the Mascam side. In fact, there was a time when I could not even introduce Dice. I was banned from introducing Dice, from talking to Dice, from even saying hi to Dice. Because people, the rivalry was so strong. And I wrote about that already. No, Dicey and I, we are buddies. Wackers was in that rivalry. Edgar Hunter as well was on that side. Annie, Aaron, Papa Boche. Annie. Why Annie give me blows? Pat was okay. Pat was diplomatic. Pat has always been a cool guy with me. But Annie, Edgar, Pat, and a man called Mr. Georges and Wackers. Papa Bondo. So I have been there. I have gone through the grinds. Yes, I may be younger than you, Mr. 50-year writer and more, but you don't have the patents to writing. And if I have to criticize or critique your song, I will be worse on you on certain things that I've seen you do in writing. But as someone in the fraternity, it's not my duty to go and tell anybody that your work is lacking. We talk, you help me, I help you, we develop our art, we move forward. That's what the fraternity should do. But you want to go be saying things about people at their back and pretending like you don't know what you say about them? You want me to forward you the things you sent for you to be embarrassed even further? Don't do that, man. If we are all in a fraternity, we're supposed to work together. Calypso is not that like that. I didn't grow up knowing Calypso like that. Look at what I told you Alwyn did for me in the writing. Look at what Shaky did for me. Shaky, one of those that helped me to be able to write. The Mighty Sparrow. The Mighty Sparrow Slinger Francisco. My friend, I've been at his house, eat at his house, been at my house. Sparrow calls me. Well, he have not called me in a while. I have to try to get him. The Mighty Sparrow is my friend. I sit down with this man for hours. And Mighty Sparrow guiding me, lecturing me, teaching me. How the hell you can tell me I cannot write? How I cannot write? How does it get better than the Mighty Sparrow? And you know I can write because you have seen my work. So stop trying to take me and make wizib. Because I can answer, Yes, I've been very kind. I've been very polite and diplomatic because I have to wear my professor hat. And some people even believe I'm not even a professor. Because for them, I am still supposed to be nothing. A full-fledged tenure track professor at an established learning institution, higher level. I have to put those things out there because somehow all you think, well, Alex should be that same little boy that you all know from Backstreet and Calibishi and Woodford, and all of a sudden I do not know nothing. When some of you barely made it with a half a O-level and A-level, you want to come and fight me, a man who has 4 degrees already and going for a 5th? I have to put those things out there because I get the feeling some of you have no respect and no manners because you don't like me. You don't like me because of my politics. And because of what I said about you, all of a sudden, I'm not good. So, guys, if you think I'm being expressive, I am. If you think I'm angry, I'm not angry. I'm a bit upset and dismayed by people who I treat with love and they return the favor with hate. And now we come to the songs that I wrote this year. Sue and Ellen, 2 schoolgirls. They're fighting over a project they were making. A project that required them to use bottle cork bouchon to make a bebel that they wanted to do for school. And they were having a disagreement over one cork, and Sue is saying, that is the cork I want. What is wrong with that? Yes, I'm playing on words. Double entendre. A little mask. What is wrong with that? So you are not mature enough to understand that Alex knows what he's doing. You're branding Sandy a dirty person for singing, that is the cock I want. And you cannot even say the word, that is the cock I want. What is wrong with that? This song is fully written with all this syntax of writing a mass calypso. Playing in class with a lizard in a glass, the lizard get away from root and climb up the teacher foot. Oh Lord, children frightened. They say what go happen? But the teacher laughing on Kiki on is watching everybody. What is wrong with that? That's Mighty Sparrow. And I can continue with so many other songs that Sparrow would have written. What is wrong with you having a little fun, a little satirical spot with Calypso? To be giving the poor girl so much blows, Mr. Reviewer and Mr. Writer, who think that God gave you the talent only to write because you are older. And you're writing for 50 years since I was a little boy in Calibishi, walking around without pants. What make you think that you are the only person who has the rights to write songs? What is wrong with Sue and Ellen, two schoolgirls who were making a project, and Sparrow's song about Mildred in a school with a teacher and a lizard running up her leg? But you hypocritical. What is wrong with Sandy singing that song to the point where the poor girl say, I'm going to change it, not because you said it, because your influence is causing people to say things, and she say, I have no time for that. Well, Narin, I discussed Narin some time ago in terms of the trendsetter and the Lavey, that you yourself again, Mr. Reviewer. But I wish I could call that man name and just say things about Mr. Boy. If the thing take me, I'll call Mr. name tonight there, They're really singing us. Bonji, I call him my name, boy. Narin is singing a song entitled La Vie. Singing an irony. Using irony to create a scene where people are saying Calypso died. And the song is perfectly handled, if I should say so myself. And those of you who have told me that in behind the scenes, you can step on the live and tell me you said so, and tell me if you think that song has a problem. Of course, the concept can be old, because I remember going to La Vie with my grandmother before I was young, little boy. The La Vie thing died out, but in Calypso, that's what we do. We bring things back. So he's saying, Kaiso Pokomo, you say Calypso died, La Vie, it is talking about the irony of people saying that Calypso has died. No one say Calypso died in the song. The tradition was you die today and bury tomorrow. They also had night of prayers to drown out the sorrow. People used to sing and cry and pray. They made one big love way. Tonight we come to sing and dance Paske Calypso Ali. What is wrong with creating a story that leads to what the artists continue to say in song? Because you don't understand the concept. You don't take the time to even listen to Alex because you hate him so much, you just dismiss the trendsetter. I talk about Sandy and the song. Sue and Ellen, that's the title. You say in the song is entitled Quack. It is Sue and Ellen. Two schoolgirls. What is wrong with two schoolgirls fighting over a bottle cock, a bouchon or cock, a bottle stopper? Flipping hypocrite you are. And those like you who try to do the same thing and stress out Sandy, a beautiful, decent family woman. So what if she's singing a satirical spot, smut? What is wrong with that? You are dancing to take out your finger, your hand, and put it in and all kind of nonsense, and a song that is handled so well, so beautifully in Calypso. You are having a problem with that? And you're saying the song is not a good song, and Sandy has sang Black and Comely. How could she sing this? Idiot. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with it? Listen to this song, somebody, for me, please. Somebody, please write and tell me if I'm saying something wrong. Making me look like a man who is a dirty man. I don't expect anything better, Mr. Writer. What do you mean by that? You don't expect anything better from me? You are better than me morally? That's what you think? You want me to give you your story that I know about you? What do you know about me? What did I do wrong? Stop those kind of silly games. We are a small society. We should look out for each other. Calypso is our thing, it's not your thing. So if I write a song and there's a weakness, tell me the weakness. But don't say what you expect from Alex. Don't just dismiss me as a trash writer. You have not written like me. You cannot write like me. I'm not better than you, but we are different ways of writing. And I look at your writing sometimes and I wonder why I don't go and tell people anything about your writing. I don't tell you anything. I just respect you. Why can't you respect me the same way? Who die and make you God? And I can stand up and fight back and answer you guys. And no one will run me away from writing calypsos. And I have songs right now, second wrong songs. If people want them, come and talk to me. We'll talk business. If all of a sudden, if my name wasn't on the song, it would be good. But because my name on it is not good. So I talk about the songs, and then I'm going to talk about Trari. That's again, that god of an analyst and critic said, rubbish. Worst song ever. And I guess the judges maybe somehow feel so as well. Maybe the reason or the issue is the song was new, fresh. People didn't grab the concept. They didn't get certain story, whatever it is. I'm not making this. I'm not making any excuses for anybody. What I'm saying is that song is a damn great song, and people call me big song. You have improved so much as a writer because your mind is in a good place. I can see so much growth. All of them, the majority, 99% of people, big song. Expect the song to decale, make it into the finals. The song fell in the semis. I don't know why it fell. I've not seen the stats and I've not spoken to the judges. There's something that we will review later on, but that does not mean the song is not a great song. Trari, the captain from Burkina Faso. That's how the song starts. And I don't have to give you the full lyrics of the song. Sandy sing the song, go listen to the song so we can get some views on YouTube. What is wrong with singing about an African Gen Xer who took over his country because he felt his country was not going in the right way? There is no incoherence about the song. Listen to the song. Probably you don't understand Mudada. It's an African phrase that means champion. Probably you don't understand the names that we use in are authentic names of his parents. And the years that we're talking about is the years that he took over. And the years that French took over. Everything is authentic in the song. Do you want me to sing the song? I can sing the song. What is wrong? Hey, can anybody please, Wackers? Anybody, Edgar, somebody, listen to Trari and tell me what is wrong with Trari. Because it seems like those people on DBS, and they're not going to call names. I made a mistake a while ago. All of a sudden, it's like they cannot even spend a minute to listen. All they want to do is just dismiss. It's like, boy, you don't do that to people who put themselves out to. If you want to come at me, come at me. Don't go at Sandy. Leave Sandy out of your business. Come at me. When you come at me on the merit. See, you know what? You from the fool. Here's what you have a problem with. That song, that line, that line. You're not giving me anything to work with. You're just dismissing me because you don't like me. Like you liking me gonna make me bigger or better, or not liking me gonna take anything away from me. You know what I have. You will never have what I have. I don't want what you have. I am fine. At my age, I'm in perfect health, thank God. My mind is sound. I sleep well at night. I have no issues. So you trying to destroy my character, it doesn't do anything to me. It only makes me stronger, and I'll continue writing. As long as Sandy or whoever want to sing, I will write. And there'll be a time when you will not be able to analyze, or probably you may choose not to. But you have to have respect. Yes, if I'm going to critique you, I'm going to critique you with respect and decorum, man. Have learned some manners. What happened? You were just dragged up, you were not brought up. You cannot just dismiss people like that. Yeah, you can dismiss them, but if they need to be dismissed, you're dismissing a whole song, a whole artist, a whole lady, a whole married person, a whole wife, a whole mother, just like that, just because you don't like Alex. What is wrong with Trari? People say the last verse was a problem. Where? And I give that to you if you want to say that. That's why you make the song so poorly. Where is the fourth verse that Sandy sang about her career in Calypso for 30 years? How is that a problem? How is incoherence to the message? Where? When she's saying she's the Trari of Calypso, what's wrong if she's saying that? But I find to me all you come out. So it's all alone that can dominate. I am a Dominican too. I was born right there in Backstreet Calibishi, between Simit and West and Calibishi. I grew up in Wesley too. It's all alone that bad minded because yes, I'm a professor and I'm supposed to be in proper decorum. I cannot stoop to your level and give you an answer you. But that's what I'm doing tonight. I'm putting my credentials down that I'm a writer of acceptable standards. I understand Calypso. I know how to write Calypso the same way you know how to write and talk about Calypso. And enough is enough. Cut the crap and stop sending messages to people telling them if they are choosing you to write for them, they would be in the finals. And stuff like that. It's a problem. And somebody has to address you guys. You guys are too bad mind and hypocrite and ignorant. And I don't want to use other terms because I do not want anything here to be used against me, professionally or otherwise. But people who know me as Mr. Cool will understand that I've lost my cool because I'm tired of people trying to demean me. Why? Because you don't like my politics, because you don't like my head, because I write about you. Well, write about my song same way. Tell me about this song, critique it. Don't just dismiss me and call me trash. The same way I took my time, Mr. Analyst, and I can share that, because my producer of that program probably can find that article and put it up there. In fact, I will share it on my page later on. So you guys can read the critique I did of the analyst or the critic. Have a little manners. When you're speaking about art and the artist, there's a way to do it. You never learn. And today you be playing Mr. Bully. You playing Mr. Know-It-All. And it's one man that causing that problem there, a Famdeba. Although I don't like the Famdeba title of Bob, because I think Bob should call them fellas Nomdeba, not Famdeba. But Bob, good song. You don't do that to people, man. You think I cannot stand up and fight you pong for pong? Moi même con oui. Ça ou no? Dominic moi sorti oui. There are people who might be scared of you guys. I'm not scared of you. And Cecil better don't let me get started with him, Cecil Joseph. I can call your name. You better don't get me started with you, Cecil. The other one, I will not gasp and call his name. But Cecil, don't let me get started with you. It's enough, man. Enough. Have some respect for people and their work. If you want to destroy my work, tell me why you need to destroy it. Do not just dismiss me because you don't like me. Learn, understand, have some manners, respect, and decorum. Understand the concepts before you judge it and criticize it. And with that said, I think I've expressed myself as much as I would like to. My students and my associates will understand that this is part of my culture, and I had to answer because I feel as if I was being unfairly vilified. And they will give me grace for that. And people like Nicole Laville, my dear sister, I know you're a Calypso baby, you'll understand. Edgar, I expect you to understand. Workers, I'm in the fight with you. Sandy, I am standing up for you. Trendsetter, nous bon. Lady V, thank you for letting me write for you. And anyone who wants us to talk, let us talk. It cannot be that one set of people must enjoy the bombsy way in writing, because the money good in the writing then. You're taking more money for writing than the artist singing the song. Ask Trendsetter how much money he gets from the song. In fact, it's Trendsetter that paid me. Whatever little money we make, he decides. Ask Trendsetter what I tell him when he pays me. I don't own people because I write for them. One of them that's in another writer almost killed Sandy for a song that Sandy decided to write that he helped her with. Don't let me call all the fellas' name there, greedy, Apache. I was there with her. We almost killed the poor girl for money for a song. But you know something? Let me stop that live there because I get off on all the fellas there. Me, my reputation is trying to stain and to tarnish because you don't like my head, or because you want to continue doing the business, or because you think God die and make you the best writer. Who to fool you? Who fool you? Who die and make you the best writer? Who give you the right to put people down because they write? When your job is to build people up, why are you bringing people down? And when people approach you, you pretending like you don't know why they approach you. Oh, ye evildoers, people doers of iniquity. What is that going to benefit you? All right, I'm done. I do not know whether there are any comments. So, Mr. Producer, please show me a comment or two. I'll deal with it, and then I'm going to end. Again, I am angry. I'm upset, but I have to sometimes vent. And that's what people should do sometime in defense of the title. I wouldn't even talk about the other one that say he's a hit maker. All of a sudden, he's a hit maker. He too departed me on public as well. A partner of mine, article brethren of mine, who has my number. Mr. Hitmaker, call me. Let's talk now, man. What is the big deal about trying to just dismiss people? Since when people in the fraternity doing that to people now? People in the fraternity don't do that to each other. I have never done that to anybody. Tim Durant has never done that to anybody. I've never heard Pat Aaron do that. You all of a sudden want to just play God. You just start writing Calypso. You're a hit maker. All of a sudden, you're better than everybody. Come on, man, guys, man. Let's get serious with the Kaiso business, man. All right, producer, put up some comments for me so I can deliver that and I can get out of here. Devin Joseph, I believe he had an impact on the judges because some songs were dismissed because of the critics. I swear a judge had a radio on. Of course, they have the radio on and people telling them. It's a small society. Words go around. When you put a man down before the song competition even start, what do you expect? People are impacted. That's how influence works. Okay, put up a couple more comments if there are any more. So, Pelty. There were several people who complained about the way they were criticizing negatively and with bias. But of course, so you see not me alone. I do not mind you criticize constructively or you critic, but you can't just dismiss people. I mean, Sandy took how many trips to Dominica at whatever cost? People say me commit sacrifices to Calypso. If I tell you the sacrifices Sandy had to make, and you just dismiss the girl just like that because Alex write for her. Come on, come with it. And you're all blaming. Boy, anyway, put another comment for me if there's another one. It is funny that we criticize Sandy, but we had get that COCK out of your yard. And Sandy's was the Quark, COR. I think it was that, yeah. And all the nasty business, which again I have no problem with. Sandy was not even singing nasty business. She was singing a play on word upon satire with a little bit of twist and mask. What is wrong with that? You're just unmasking the girl song and saying the girl is a dirty person. Sandy, that never hurt anybody. All right. Any more comments? If there are any more fresh comments, I'll take it. Narin says, send my 2027 song to play. Well, Narin, I don't know, man. People say that I'm not a good writer, so maybe you should go to people like Ian Jackson to write for you. They are the writers that know best. I don't care what he say or they say after. At the end of the day, there's nothing they can say can faze me. Wicked, selfish people you all are. It's you alone that must do. You alone that know. Twet, underneath, snake, quest. That's what you guys are. I mean, why do that to people? People that you're supposed to be working with, brethren. You call me brother every day. Why get on that way? One day, one way that way, and the other way you that way. Pretentious people, conspirators, people who stab people at their back for no good reason. So, Trendsetter, maybe you should go to people like Mr. and others. They will give you songs to go to the finals because for them, I don't expect anything better from Alex. Because you're older than me and you're writing since I was born. What makes you better? That make you better? Okay, any more comments? Amma Johnson, all of a sudden, I see people dissecting a song as if it has brain surgery. That is foolishness. Calypsonian is an artist just like Picasso. How the hell you can tell Picasso what color paint he should use? Damn it. Thank you, Amo Johnson, not my classmate, my schoolmate. Enough is enough, man. Stop with it. Stop with it. With a foolish O-level or A-level trying to compare yourself with me. And I'm not showing off. I'm just putting my credential down. And put you and I to write a song together. See who finish it first. And let a Trinidad or somebody, Barbados judge it and see who gets in the better mark on the song. Antipas, you're a better writer than me. In which book? You might be better in your way. But what is better? Hiding behind your silly old twit smile, trying to think you can fool people? I am real. I give you what I have. And I have never one day said anything about anyone which is demeaning of anyone. Nothing. And sue me for me to show you the documents that I can use to defend myself against you. With those people I call their name tonight. If you don't like it when I call your name, go ahead and sue me. And go and call my name too. Let us have a name calling going ding dang ding dang. Nonsense. All right, anything else, Mr. Producer? I suspect you tell me to wrap up because you think I getting hot, but I good, man. Shara, my dear sister and friend, say blockers, stop it. That young lady knows me. Utmost respect for her. She too has the same for me. We line tight together just like that. No disrespect. Always love. Shara knows me. Sandy too knows me. And Brian knows that Sandy knows me. Brian, Sandy's husband. Sandy and I, just like that. I have seen Sandy at her most vulnerable state. And Sandy knows the respect and the love that I have for her. Of course, Moemi fam. But Sandy knows that we don't cross that boundary. So don't be dirtying my friend, man. Don't be doing that to Brian's wife, Gassan. Enough is enough. When you have so much skeleton in your closet that I can declare where they for you tonight, there, watch me there tonight, there, Don't do that. Keep it legit. If you're going to do something, do it clean. Do like me, the way when I wrote to you, write about my song or talk about it with respect. I deserve respect, as Sandy say. And even if I was not older than you, I deserve my respect as an artist. And I demand it. And the next time you do anything that I think is out of order when it comes to my work, I will challenge you again. And my mouth bigger than yours. And I have more influence than you. Much more influence than you. So, Patricia, I know I'm not perfect. I will make mistakes, but show me the mistakes professionally. That's how it's supposed to be. That's what a critic is. Upon critic. I don't want to say what you are, but you're not a critic. You are a disgraceful, disgusting person who do things just for what? Kicks. And in the process, you're destroying people's character and reputation. I thought about Sandy should not sing cock, and you can't even use the word. All of a sudden, you're so holy. All right. Devin Joseph, when I heard them man criticize Nashelle, they say she turned off her mic and said she gone. Magwesa. A song like that, the way Nashelle singing that song, Nashelle turn her mic off. Again, Nashelle writer doesn't think too much about me, but I love the man, I respect the man. He had a big song, a big year, and I wish him many more big years in Calypso. Cannot wish him anything but good. But how you get to criticize Nashelle? Everything is a Beth, everything is a story. You cannot come there with respect and decorum and give us, the listening public, some decency with your analysis of the Calypso. Don't they listen to other people analyzing Calypso? All you can do is just destroy and demean and dismiss. What criticism can you give to Nashelle? But guys, I hope you're getting me. And I hope you understand what I'm doing, and I hope you appreciate it because I'm fighting for all of us. The Kaiso art is not for some. I want to play Mr. Bully, Mr. Badman. You want to see what Badman is and what Bully is? Who die and make you bad? You know it all of a sudden, a man I teach, I held you and taught you to walk. You forget that. Just because I wrote a little article, I spoke to you about it, you never listen. I wrote an article, you vex. Since then, how many years now you still vex? Can move on, grow up. Look at what people wrote about me and criticized me, critic me in Calypso, in music. I grow up. Grow up, man. Hey, take that chip off your shoulder. All of a sudden, because you go and study somewhere, you better than anybody else. Upasakaka. Upasakashe. You doesn't go to the restroom? All right. A couple more comments if we have them, Mr. Producer, and then I'm going to stop. All right. That's all. Dominica really pregnant with all kind of issues. I see culture dying slowly and CO taking over, resulting in loss of generations and the workforce. Alex, write me a Calypso song. Candace Calypso, eh? Yeah, man. Who said that again? Conclose Wisdom Gregoire. I'm open and available to write. I even wrote a little Calypso for a Queen contestant in this year's competition. I don't know if I'll get credit for it, but I did write it. So I'm willing to work. And some people want to bully you, and there's money in Calypso, you know. There's money. Because I saw that because Narin is a businessman. Narin has paid me 2 years in a row. There's money. So it's you alone that must make the money. Ay, boy. Any more? And my producer is Carlos. Carlos has not yet told me to stop because Carlos knows we have an hour. So if I goes beyond an hour, Carlos will stop me. But Carlos, until my hour comes, I'm not stopping. So don't tell me I get into vex because I'm not vexed. I'm just expressing myself. Okay? All right. Lithium. The heart of man is dangerous, wicked. Once an enemy, always an enemy. Thank you. And I never understood it because I never hold things against people. But some people, they're so sly. Hey, Powell, brother Powell. And at the end, it's a question. Writing my clients and tell my clients, if you had come to me, you would do better. What you expect from Powell? I don't expect anything better from Powell. I sing a song called For China. That is a mask I sang. When I sang, about a certain gentleman, Mr. Poindexter, a man from Beijing. I learned about him in Time magazine. And that man, Mr. Poindexter, everything he do for China. Since he came down from Beijing, it's only about China, the man talking. He say all he do is for we, and he wants everybody to follow he. And my chorus is, from the girl in the bank, he went for China. And I sing my song. You can say what you think you hear I say, but I mask a song. What is wrong with me doing that? I sang a song, another mask one time called E-Jack. A man, his name was E-Jack. And he never arrived place on time. He was tardy. So one day he come and his wife said, E-Jack, you late? What is wrong with that? Sing it again. E-Jack, you late? Mask, beauty. So because I wrote some songs like that, that is bad? I mean, I can count 100 songs written by Calypsonians in Dominica that does not even make the effort to mask. Bayo bois, à toute façon. So you guys getting it, right? All of a sudden, some people, they have amnesia. Selective amnesia. Where they don't see and hear, but it's only because they don't like you, they can try to break your back like Wavet. All right, I think we have 4 more minutes. Mr. Carlos, put the comments. I don't have my glasses, I'm cringing, but it's good. Frankly, I have a lot of respect for Cecil Joseph, but when he wants to take someone's calypso and suggest where they should take out that wood and put in another wood, is taking it too bloody far. In that case, it's best you just bring all songs in the competition for folks at DBS, which is what used to happen before. When I was at DBS, all lyrics had to have been sent to us for the manager to vet them before we played the songs. And that goes way back to the 1970s. That's how the Calypso Association got started. And Cecil knows that, because somehow Mr. Cecil Joseph does not like songs that sing against his government and his party. And that's the reason why I no longer am invited to be on his radio station, because he and others felt that because I do not support his party and his government, I should not be a national broadcaster. But I have something else for Cecil coming. I'm nice to him. I respect him. But I don't forget. And Cecil will not always be at DBS. And I'm much younger than Cecil. So I might just replace him as manager. You never know. Never spit on a bossy. I don't want to be manager of DBS, you know. I'm just saying, I'm talking my crap. But Cecil knows better. If you want to suggest how things could be done differently, say it. But you're saying, oh, Sandy should not sing that because she sing Black and Comely. Sparrow sing School Days Are Very Happy Days. Sparrow didn't sing Slave. And he sing Gin and Dinah. What's wrong with that? You can dance Gin and Dinah every day, but Sandy cannot sing Two Schoolgirls Were Fighting over a project. You cannot even use the word, and you're using harsher words to beat your... Anyway, you know something? I'm almost done. Carlos, 2 more minutes. Carlos, put another comment for me, please. But it's true. People have to answer them people there. When people believe they're too bad and people not answering them, they're playing bad. But that is Calypso, masking. That is what we enjoy. That's the fun part of the art former. But of course, Shara and people who are criticizing me now came to me and say, boy, you are a master of masking. And I won't call fellas' name. Now they're criticizing me, you know. They say, boy, I listen to you, I watch the way you write, and I learn from you. Fellas in Calypso today that sang about pastor and what pastor doing. And now they're criticizing me. When they learn from the way that I mask and told me that they learn from me. But all of a sudden, I cannot mask. All of a sudden, I'm a dirty person. Because I sing a little satirical smut. I cannot write. All the big songs I wrote that I have won crowns with, all of a sudden, I cannot write. And you targeting poor Sandy. And if all of this is Sandy back in all the Calypso, don't blame Sandy, you know. And if Sandy asks me her opinion, I'll give her my opinion. That means I'll have a board at dinner. But you say in Calypso, you have to expose them. Calypso is the only freedom we remain, and they're trying to take it away from us. But so long I say that, I wrote that in articles. I wrote that in articles, you know. I wrote that in articles, and my partner Caressa can tell you that he knows where I am and my passion for Calypso. And people even say Caressa is on the other side and he moving Calypso. I don't think so. I think Caressa is a true Kaisonian. Yes, granted, he didn't sing certain big songs since he crossed. But Caressa is my boy. I don't think he's going to sell out the Calypso. He wouldn't do that. He will maybe try to use his opportunity, his position to help it. But you're right. The people who are not as savvy and as balanced as Caressa will try to do anything to dilute our Calypso. They will put shows on the same Calypso night to kill the Calypso, and some of them back in the Calypso now, playing part, they help in the Calypso. But I have my eyes on them. I have my eyes on them. All right. Carlos must be vexed with Carlos and Alex too hot. Moses, I can't remember the first name because I don't have my glasses. I'm cringing like joke. The most messed up thing is how long they have been doing that and still continue to. But of course, and people like me who have not even been doing it as a business, they're trying to box me out because if I get in there, I will rain on their parade. And Narin showed me that it's a business that you can make money from, and I'm going to write. Calypsonians, come, let's talk. If you don't like the way I write, I'll fix it. But let's write. Let me write 100 songs next year. Use up all you up. There is money in the business. So you all that must make it. And Pat is prolific. Pat, I'm happy Pat made a lot of money. Maybe Pat made millions in writing. Because Pat has been writing for a while too. I love Pat. I can't say anything bad about Pat. Pat is my boy. We had our little banter, but Pat has always respected me. But some of them that don't respect me don't deserve respect from me. Because you're making a little money, you all must make the money. So the money not good for me and Narin too. All right. Oh, Bonji, time. Carlos, is there one more? Carlos, one for the road, man. Come on, man. All right. Srila on the mic. I learned my lesson. I miss you. It's an art form we have to preserve. Of course, that's a brother I work with as well. And co-wrote with him on his second year. And I still cannot write. Astrila and Bricks and Edgar Hunter and others who have seen me work, and all of you who have heard my songs in the public, I cannot write. Anyway, this is my program for tonight. I'm happy I did it. I was a little hot, but so what? So is one set to be hot then? We'll see how the conversation rolls after today. It's not going to be a banter and to and fro, but I had to put this there in defense of my artist, especially Sandy, a darling friend and sister. I had to stand up for you, Sans, because you did not deserve what those people did to you. And please don't give up, Sans. Let's do it. Let's continue working. Do not leave your love for people who are haters. Narin, you are a champion. You take 9 bullets and you still stand up, not physically, to your car. And Lady V, I want to write for you again next year. And anybody who wants to talk about the business of writing, I am in the business. So let me see what you all going to do. Those of you that believe I should not be in it, is now you all put me in it. Thank you so much for tuning in, for being part of the program. Let's keep the Calypso art form alive. That's it.
Oh God, yeah, fire. Traoré, the captain from Burkina Faso. Her name a man of fame that everybody should know. Use the gun to grab power and gain admiration. And right now, he's on a quest to rebuild his nation. This African champion fighter saved Burkina from disaster. Strong like the rock of Gibraltar, he brought back pride to Africa. Traoré, Traoré Moudada, the fearless leader, son of Baba and Ama, rock of Burkina, join Mali and Niger, unite West Africa, stand tall for Burkina. Traoré. Oh God, whoa, 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 yeah, fire. The French claimed Burkina in 1896. Okay, boy. War, tension, corruption created economic crisis. In the year 2022 on October 6. Traoré seized for work, he just could not resist. Who knows what will happen next, but I'll try to put this in context. Try to make some world leaders vex. He say respect Generation X. Try Mudada, the fearless leader, son of Baba and Ama, rock of Burkina, join Mali and Niger, unite West Africa, stand tall for Burkina. Try Burkina Faso is now known the world over. More hope, great pride and joy in Burkina's future. Traoré declared that his people will never surrender. Some say he's the right leader for this current era. Our leader among leaders, he's respected by the elders. He inspired countless others to stand for pride and honor. Traoré Mudada, the fearless leader, son of Baba and Ama, rock of Burkina, join Mali and Niger, unite West Africa, stand tall for Burkina. Traoré. Oh God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Fire. Three decades now since I'm singing Kaiso. Non-stop each year persistently in the Calypso show. Standing tall to navigate from the Calypso go-go. Sometimes I had to crawl to escape the low blow. I stood strong, I held my ground, put lots of message in song, challenging men in every wrong. One confess he owes me a crown. Traoré means born to be in the Calypso fraternity. I'm the daughter of Flora, rock of Burkina, inspired this Calypso. Tell them Sandy says so. I belong in this arena. Traoré. I'm the Traoré of Calypso. Tell them I say so. I'm the Traoré of Calypso. Fire. I'm the Traoré of Calypso. Just want you to know I'm the Traoré of Calypso.